Okay, working on hard time, Crystal's truck, the 84 Nissan 720, and the handcuffs got took off. Hold on, right here. They used to be here, and so took them off and put the armrests on. Well, now we're going to put the handcuffs back with the armrest instead of without. So, I'm going to start by taking the armrest off, which is always fun because you got to fish for the bolt. There it is. Come back here. And with these screws, you need a big ended screwdriver because they have a big, what is it, number 2, number 3, something like that. If you got a skinny screwdriver, it doesn't work too good. So now that we got that off, we have our stiff wire here. This is like you would get at probably Tractor Supply or something. I just happen to have this laying around, but it's used for tying stuff up or whatever, or makeshift exhaust hangers, although I've done that with coat hangers before. Matter of fact, I had one truck, the entire exhaust system was held on by coat hangers. But we want to start by making a loop in this wire that will just fit around our screw. I probably made it too small. This is not super stiff, so it's pretty easy to work, but it's pretty strong. Let me see if that'll work if I run it back through a little. I don't want it to where it'll like thread in there and pull, but I want it to be snug so it's not like flopping around and stuff. I think that'll work pretty good. Yeah, I got the sniffles, this dang pollen. Yeah, see, it's trying to thread in there, but then it's turning loose, so it's not going to bind enough to cause a problem. So now is where you got to kind of visualize where you want it to go. Okay, so to keep that turned out on both sides, one's going to be, I wanted it to where, so we may have to let this one turn this way, because I want to wrap the wire around this back side, so when it's up against the armrest, you won't even see it. So, what we need is enough wire to come down below the armrest to this, and then bend it there, and then crimp it in a tight bend to where it will come back up through there, and maybe even tie around it. So let me give myself enough slack to have a little bit to work with. We're going to cut him right there, and this should cut with side cutters. I said should. I'm hoping it will. A really good heavy-duty pair would be nice, but I got these little cheapos here. There we go. Okay. So this side will be the side that will be out. So we're just going to thread that in there. And let's see. That needs to be the other way. Need it through the back side. I want it to come up behind it and back up. So it really needs to set this here and end it right there. So I'm going to try and keep them up tight against the armrest, so that hopefully that'll make them stay better. Now I'm going to thread it through there and take this and use these as my leverage to bend it on around like so. Now let's see how we're doing. That's definitely tied up against there. And so now we're going to have to play with it until we figure out exactly where it needs to sit, but we can adjust that by sliding this around. But once we got everything tightened, hopefully they'll stay put pretty good. That's the main reason I want them tight against the armrest, is so that they're not wiggling and flopping around. So now that I got that like that, I'm going to try and take this. Let's take our pliers here. See if I can crimp this to the point of that won't go nowhere, or possibly tie it, twist it or something here. Let's see. Well, that got him around there. I'd like him to wrap on around so that it's not gouging into the door panel. So we're going to take that off of there and see if I can get this to just do a hook to just this piece and get it to come right around this other one. Much like so. This stuff's stiff enough, I don't think it's, you know, really got to tie that much. I'm just trying to get it to where it kind of, where I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Some nice needle nose pliers would have been great for this, but I couldn't find any, of course. Okay, that's working. Get that around there. Now, all we got to do is do that 3 more times and we'll have something, hopefully. And now it's going to be too tight. No, it's not. It'll be alright. Those don't look like the original screws. I probably changed them out when I put those in there. But that'll be alright. Okay. So get him and put him back in there. And like I say, we can adjust that. See, we can slide him around like so. Oops. See, it'll dangle when it's not up against that armrest. So it's probably going to sit about like that. This one will be up here. And basically they'll just about stretch a little tighter, which hopefully will keep those chains from rattling, because that's what annoyed me, was the chains going jingle, jingle, jingle. So if they're tight like that, they shouldn't jingle so bad. I think that'll work. What do you think? Gonna look good? Okay. Nobody can hear you nodding your head, you know. Alright. So yeah, they'll basically, I could move them a little closer together, but I think they'll pretty much be taut that way. So, now we got to do the other one. And we'll start by making our loop again. I don't know if you'd call this baling wire or what, but it's pretty handy stuff. Okay. So what did I have, about 1 inch past the armrest?
A little over.
A little over. I'm going to cut him about right there. Try to give me enough to work with. I can always cut off a little more if I need to. And that one's going to be the same way. I'm going to have to thread it through there, so that's fine. It's not going to thread on it tight enough to cause a problem, I don't believe. I say that now, but we'll see when I actually put them on. Now I'm going to straighten that up to the point of, put this one back in place, roughly where we're going. And then, well, that one don't really matter right now. We just got to get this one set height-wise. So, I'll slide this through here, and then start my bend right against it. I'm just going to fold him right back like that. Although that's not the right side. Well, yeah, it is if I want to turn that side to it. Yeah, okay. And then that'll let it go tight against there. No, I've done that backwards. Wait a minute. What I need to do is turn the wire around, because I want that to come in from the back side and out through the middle. So, no big deal. Just flip this around. That way it holds them more closer to the door. My goal with this is to keep them from dangling and jingling so much. They look cool, but it's kind of annoying. Okay. Now it doesn't want to go in there. Like that. There we go. And that will allow him to go in there like the same way. So I'm just going to take this back off, now that I put it on there for no real good reason, and see if I can actually tie that one, since I left a little bit more tail on it. It's got them both snug up against the armrest. I think once I get them adjusted, they'll be kind of keep the chain pulled. So it'll be like when you got your wrists in them and you're holding them apart instead of relaxed. Okay, now I just got to make sure I get this turned the right way. This one is here, and this one, in order to have this side against the wall, we go up like so, and that holds it over here, and then we tie it. Yeah, okay. We're good. Like I say, I think I can actually tie this one a little more. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, can't exactly crimp that any tighter, but the main thing, it'll hold tight against the armrest. Now comes the tricky part, getting the whole assembly on there and positioned correctly. First, we can thread these in there that will hopefully hold that in place and hold my screws out so that they're sticking out to go in there. You can't see the screw when the screwdriver's in there, so you just got to fish around until you get it. And let's see if I can get this one started. Now there's like plastic plugs that it's in the door, kind of like a tag plug. Oh yeah, let's put the other one on there, dummy. Thread that one through some. Here we go. Alright, so now we got them started. Now we want to try and set our position where we want. I think I'm going to have to run that one in. Yeah, this is going to be the tricky part. We didn't have a flat screwdriver, did we? Getting the armrest actually above that, so that when we tighten it, it'll that one. I want to bring him around this way some, so this one gets enough slack to get in the same position. There we go. So, oh yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I can hopefully get them a little flatter to the door when I tighten it down. Say this is the aggravating part. Now I think that's a whole lot cleaner look because they kind of look like they're floating. You don't see any hardware. Nothing shows. All you see is the armrest and the handcuffs. So that's how you install handcuffs on your armrest. If you feel the need to, I guess. Which she did. So now we are playing with some wood stain over here. Hold on before you do that one.
Okay.
Do you remember the name of this color? It wasn't walnut. This is walnut wood, but
That's not the one I wanted, though. It
right.
was the other one.
This was some kind of brown, not exactly walnut, but what we found. We've got some walnut stain now. You see how dark that is. So she's going to do this side with the walnut stain. This one was done in ebony, it was called. So very dark, and it actually kind of makes the wood almost look burnt. She likes that one, but we're going to see what the walnut looks like and see what it looks like. Okay, go ahead. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be pretty dark too, so it probably will be dark enough.
And they're probably like, what the hell's she doing that wood for?
Okay, well, I'm going to explain that right here. While she's doing that, let me show you what we got. Oh yeah, I got me some stickers made. Handed a bunch out at Mini Trucking Nationals. So what we're wanting to do is, where this thing has a big gaping hole here, we would like to cover that up with the wood. Now, we still haven't decided. We might make it high enough to come up and cover the tank, the gas tank and everything, so the wood would be up here and just part of the fender wells sticking out, or we may just do something that'll cover the center section. We haven't fully decided on that yet. She's got the little chrome compressors in the chrome tank, so I don't know if we want to hide them or not, or we might relocate them. I don't know. We'll figure that out though. But that's what the wood's going to be for, wooden bed floor. So we just going to figure out which color she wants to do. Oh, that walnut's going to be very dark. Which, you know, walnut usually is pretty dark. And walnut stain. But that actually looks darker than the ebony.
Yeah,
And this
it
stuff was
does.
completely black when we put it on. And like you say, the more you let it soak in, the more it will be. You want to take it over there in the sun?
Well, yeah. Well, not actually the sun, but I want to see what it looks like with the truck, which is in the shade, so.
Ah. So, with the black of the bed liner, the dark blue of the truck, and y'all can't see that, it just looks completely black, but I think that'll be pretty good.
That one's lighter.
Mm-hmm. So I think you need some walnut stain, since it's going to be walnut wood.
And they made the electric chairs out of walnut.
Well,
And
maybe.
oak. They did.
Mostly oak, probably, but...
It said walnut, oak, and, crap. What? I know walnut and oak.
Well, I know on the very first one, it was talking about in that movie, Thomas Edison actually designed the first one, and he just went to the furniture store and bought the sturdiest chair he could find. And that's what
when
he
they started
decided to build it
building
out.
them, when I was researching it the other day online, it said walnut, oak, and cherry.
Ah, okay. You can't do cherry. I'm going to do cherry when I redo mine.
I thought you was doing cedar.
No, I'm doing cherry.
So I don't know.
I think. I like the walnut. Take it over in the sun where we can see the color better.
Yeah, I need to see it on the truck though. It's not.
Well, I know, but we want to see the actual color, what the wood's going to look like when the sun's hitting it. All right, there you go. Now we can actually see what it looks like. And
That's the one.
Yeah.
What was the name of that one?
ebony.
Ebony.
So basically black, but really the walnut is darker.
Yeah, I think I like the walnut better.
Yeah, I think it's more appropriate for the walnut wood. I think that'll be perfect. And that looks nice. Of course, that's not really planed down. It was just a quick hit it a couple times with the joiner, and you know, we're just doing some test pieces so she can see, make sure that this is the way we want to go with it. So.
And if I had let it soak a little longer, it'd been darker.
Yeah.
I think I like that better.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then this was the other side. This was the.
Yeah, that was some kind of brown, and
that was like a really light one.
Yeah, it didn't really change the wood much at all. Not for the dark color you're wanting.
I think this is better.
Yeah.
For the theme of the truck.
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
I do too.
Of course, we didn't even wipe that down and then clear coat it or nothing either, so.
Right.
And a lot of clear to seal it. That's going to be crucial to making it withstand the weather. Because I know you'll try to keep it covered up what you can, but it's inevitably going to get rained on, so, you know. It is a truck bed.
Sealskin cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
So,
the color.
anyway, there's that. Do a little run around of the truck of anybody who hasn't seen it or whatever.
It is dirty because we've been.
Yeah.
And
It's covered in pollen. It's been sitting around.
It's been pollinated.
Yeah. But there's our handcuffs we was just doing, and we done a pearl white on the headliner, and then it's a carbon fiber pearl white on the seats with a tweed. I did the door panels to match. Yeah, custom made steering wheel cover. It's just a basic 3-spoke wheel, but I done a custom cover to match the headliner.
Oh, and look at these babies.
And
hold on, you gotta see these babies.
we done a hard body bumper, the 4-wheel drive chrome grille. So, and then now her next addition here is going to be the titanium drag blocks. She's very happy about those, aren't you?
Yes, I've been waiting for 3 years. Gonna throw me some big ass sparks. Logan's like, I want to see it when it's done. I want to see what it does. Okay, I got you.
Well, that's about it for now.
Yeah, I really like that walnut color. I really think that's gonna.
Okay.
Yeah,
You need to wipe it down, wipe off the excess.
I did with that sponge.
Oh, okay.
It's just I need a paper towel.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You need to wipe it again, and then once it's dry, it needs to be clear coated. But, you know, it's just a test piece, so not a big deal.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get the color that I wanted.
Okay.
All right.